Hi, Bo here from High Tech Investment, and welcome back to the channel, where today we have some very good news for the ones that are following the Trade Explorer. Actually, we have now two copy links here for the EXPERT4X copy link service, and we're going to have a look at them. It's the same links as we actually started testing back in mid-May 2023, so it means that basically it has been running now for at least more than 3 months, and we are now getting closer to 6. So it's also time to have a look and see exactly what these signals have done, how well they have both made profits, but we're also going to have a closer look at the drawdowns, because recently here for one of the accounts, don't forget we have two accounts. We have one that runs 22 pairs and we have another one that runs 10. The 10 did go into a bit of a drawdown. It also had a bit of a margin call, and after that we have recovered quite a lot of the money, not everything again from a month or 1.5 ago, but obviously things are going better. But let's have a look at the entire time to see exactly how the Trade Explorer has done. I'm also going to show you here exactly where you can find all the details, where you can go in and have a look for yourself also if you want to have something else to look at apart from what we are going through the video today. It's always the best place to start on our website and basically work your way through it in order to find as much details as possible before you're going to start your trading career or before you're going to start with the Trade Explorer. So we're going to start off on the website. I'm going to show you exactly where to find everything, and we're going to look at the results here together today. So when you get to the High Tech Investment website, basically the first part is you hit portfolio up here, and then from there on we go to the Trade Explorer section, and you have all the details and information regarding the Trade Explorer. It gives you a bit of a brief description on what exactly it does, how many currency pairs. You can see it's trading 23 currency pairs here. We can only trade 22. That is due to the broker doesn't have one currency pair, but we are getting along without it anyway. You can see more details on the individual pairs that are being traded here. And right below you have the Trade Explorer on the weekly profits. Week 33, 34, 35 and 36 are in here, and you can go and have a closer look at those. This is also where you see that we have every single week from our news report, also providing the details and information right there. Below you have the latest video information and other videos that could be related to the Trade Explorer. In this particular case, the last one we actually made was the Publisher EA app, how to add that particular one, which you can do, and then copy the trades over to another basically broker account. Or you can basically follow these 4 videos here, where you can also find more details and information regarding how the EA has developed since we started it off. It was our mystery robot, and then since then it has obviously been known as the Trade Explorer. Has done quite well, and these are the videos you can go and basically familiarize yourself with if you want to know more about it. Then on the monthly profit, we also have those in here going all the way back to May, as you can see, and the last one is August. August was the month here also where we had a bit of a drawdown. We had a bit of a loss on the Trade Explorer. It didn't blow up the account completely, and that's what we're gonna also have a look at here today. Below we have the two accounts that we have, the 22 pair account and the 10 pair account. And if you're interested in also buying it after you've seen this particular one, then obviously you can go and buy it, or you can simply try it out on the EXPERT4X copy link service. It's entirely up to you which way you want to go. We have links below here, and also some extra links and information to how you can have some broker accounts. You also have the My FX book results that the Leap FX, the developer of this particular EA, has. But we're going to have a closer look at our accounts here today. This is the FXBlue one, and we're going to start off with the 22 pair account. So when we arrive at the account here, so the 22 pair account, we can see we started off actually with $10,000 back in May. We can see the balance has now grown to $15,758, and equity is actually in plus at the moment. Floating profit is $82, which is always nice, and close profits $5,758. And then the free margin, you have margin in use, which is very low at the moment, 142. Margin levels, and then last update is also done here just a few seconds ago. And the graph itself from 10,000, you can see there has quite a bit of jumps all of a sudden, and normally we have mentioned this before, that when we have these jumps, that is basically the setup for the EA, where it goes into a drawdown, and then when it returns again, it will basically produce a lot more profit, and we're going to have a look exactly how it does that. And we have all the symbols currency traded at the moment here, and there is 3 pages with all the individual ones, and you can see the percentage wise. Some are down to about 5%, other one have more than 10. So there's a good mix of all the different currency pairs in here. Having a look at the stats also, total return 58.4%, monthly profit 11.8, and weekly returns 2.7, so things are doing quite well. Trade wins 76.5%, so also very much up there. And then the history 121 days. Now if we have a quick look before we go on regarding the equity curve, we can see there has been a few drawdowns. So if you started off at 10,000, equity was 8,712. The big one that we had here, and this is again for the 22 currency pair, 8,196. And we had one more a while back. So this was back in July, 13th of July. Basic equity 11,883, so still well above. And after that, it has been pretty smooth sailing all the way through. Now I have to remind you also here that the statement for the link is 145C. So if you're interested in copying this one, that is the link you need to look at when you get to the EXPERT4X copy link service. Now if we have a quick look at the orders over here, we can see there's quite a few of them open. And net profit, there's one that's already up more than 100, so interesting enough, and the rest is pretty low, so I guess that's the reason why we are up by 80 at the moment. A quick look over to the stats part, and that is basically going to show a bit similar to what I just mentioned before. Weekly profits 2.7, we have monthly returns 11.8, profit factor 1.85, and then the history 121 days. The interesting part comes down here when we are looking at the bank profits per day, week, months trades, and you can see winning days. We have 89, 0 losing days. Then we have 18 winning weeks and 0 losing parts, and then also 5 months of winning and 0 on the lost side. On the closed trades, we have 1,940 winning trades and losing trades 595. And overall, again, you can see all the details down here. So that is pretty much what it looks like so far. If we have a look on the individual days, if we go up, we can see that we started on the 18th of May, and then the net profit is basically this particular list here. So we are not gonna mind that. So let's just have a look and see where we ended up. Last day here of profit is the 13th of September, the day we're also doing this particular video here. If we have a look at the weekly profits, also again here, it seems to be good and stable. The best part we have gotten is 1,087. So that's definitely the highest one. And then if we look on the monthly sides, we can see that June was the best one with $2,522. So also here, very on the positive side, definitely. So if we go and have a closer look here now and just see for the returns, basically that is good. We can see that is moving forwards. The next part we actually want to see is the bank floating profits. The best one we can do here is profit loss on the hourly parts, and the blue one is again the balance, and then the red ones here is the drawdowns. You can see there's a couple of big ones that hit, similar to what you saw on the graph here before, and those are of course ones to be aware of. Again, this is the 0 point, and we can see that basically there's about 4,500 or so in drawdown on this particular account. That was back in June at some point, and we managed to get out of it again, and then there was another one also in July. Since then it has, as I mentioned here before, been smooth sailing for that particular account set, but again, the way it works is basically a grid part. So it will start off on a very small lot size, and then it will slowly increase the lot size, and obviously that also means that it can recover quicker. But also the grid size in here is actually starting off with a big grid size, and then it's basically coming down and being narrower and narrower and being set more and more frequently. That increases obviously the drawdown, and that's why you see those tremendous spikes going very, very fast. But once again, when the price retraces, that also means that it very quickly recovers. It doesn't have to go that far back on the price level in order basically to cash in. And the specific part on the Trade Explorer seems to be that every single time it goes in a heavy drawdown, that is why it stays in the trade a bit longer and basically also cashes in that particular extra part. And that's why you see those notches every single time on the balance line that is coming up. And you can see, since there hasn't been any drawdowns, it is pretty much smooth sailing on the list here. It hasn't jumped the profit itself so much compared to when we started it off back in May and June. So let's go and have a look at the second part, and the second part is the 10 currency pair that we have. That doesn't look so pretty, and as I mentioned here before, we had a bit of a loss coming in. So basically that was end of July and then here in the beginning of August. So that was just at the turnover here. We managed to lose about 2,600, so the entire account did not blow, but obviously if we have a closer look, we roughly ended up, let's see, 13,500. So pretty much in that area here from the 12th of July. So again, since then it has been moving forward, but obviously we are not back where we were at that particular time. We also had a bigger profits, and if we have a quick look at it, you can see the balance is now very similar to what you saw on the 22 pair, 15,225. We can see the equity is 15,181, so we have a negative floating profit, but only by minus $44, so not too bad at all. Close profit 5,225, and then free margin just over 15,000, so plenty of margin. Margin in use 135.99, also here plenty of room. Then the stats in here 51.8%, so pretty much where we were with the 22 even after the loss. Monthly return 10.8 is calculated by FXBlue at the moment. Weekly returns 2.5, and then trade wins 75.9%, so again very, very high. Profit factor 1.38, and then trades per day 14.3. History 121 days, so similar to the 22 pair. Now the other part, again mentioned that the copy link service, we also have this one up here now. So this is link 146C if you are interested in copying this particular one. And if we have a look at the analysis similar to what we did on the other one here, sorry, let's go to the stats first just to have a look at them. And we can see that the weekly returns, as I mentioned here before, is there. Floating profits also down here. We have then winning days 91, and we have one losing day, so that was the big drop we basically had. We have 17 winning weeks and one losing week, again because of that particular drawdown we had, and then 4 winning months and 1 losing month. It wasn't enough recovery, so for that particular month to be overall positive. Close trades, which is winning 1,304 and losing trades 414. Again, more details similar you have down here. The profits, again, winners $19,072, and then we lost 13,846. So overall for all the trades 5,225. That is the profit we have, which is definitely quite okay. And if we then also again have a look at the individual days, we started off on the same day here, so 18th of May, and having a look at the week's net profits, biggest one here is 1,000. That was early on back in May, and then we have a bigger one even here, 16th of July. Things were going quite well. You can see it was 900 here, 1,400, 859, and then bam, here we basically had a huge drawdown, and then also we had a couple of closed deals. That's why we ended up with a minus 2,662. Since then trading has been a bit slower, a couple of hundred only every single week, and this week we are currently at $99, so obviously a long way to go. Having a look at the individual months, you can see it made up 1,228 For the first month, 1748, 3553, really good month here. But then we gave it back again in August, unfortunately, with 1746. So you can see we recovered about 900. So from that, and we are now halfway for the last part. So obviously we would like to get back on top and then make a bit more money. But so far 441 is definitely below what we wanted, but we have seen so many of the EAs this particular month, both in end of August and beginning of September, where there's not really much of a profit going on at the moment. If we have a look at the chart in here and we try to do the same as we did for the 22 pair, you can see we had some drawdowns, but they were quite small compared to the 22 pair. Here there was a bigger one, and then we had the huge one where basically we had that margin call. It closed off a couple of trades and then it returned luckily, and basically it's now been on the rise and on the move in the right direction once more. So if you have decided after seeing this particular video here that you want to try the Trade Explorer, you want to try and go on the EXPERT4X copy link service and see exactly what it can do for you, then the 22 pair one, you have to look for link 145C. Again, when you get to the EXPERT4X site there, you can click on the link. It will take you to the same FXBlue page as we have just gone through here with you today. And you can do the same so with the 10 pair one, which is link 146C. Again, it will tell you also on the FXBlue link that you have the right number. Very, very important. But again, I also have to remind you that before you start trading this with real live money straight away, please make sure that, because this is a new EA that you might not have traded before, it could even be a new broker that you're gonna try out. Make sure you set it up as a demo account first and then trade this for a couple of weeks, a month, whatever makes you comfortable, so you can see exactly what is actually happening with the Trade Explorer, because it is definitely an eye-opener when you see what is actually happening. And definitely we recommend that you always do this before you start off with real live money. Now, don't forget that this is not trading advice. This is not investment advice. You and you alone are responsible for your own trading and for how you actually want to set this up. We can only tell you that this is the way that we have been trading it. This is our results so far, and obviously they could change. You have seen that it can be a drawdown from time to time. That also means that you can actually go to the EXPERT4X copy link service, and instead of using a factor 1-to-1, you can actually lower that one to 0.5 if you want to be more aggressive because you don't think it's going to happen again. You can set it up and basically use a factor of 1-to-2, basically taking twice as much risk and also cashing in twice as much. Definitely it can be done, especially in the last month where profit was down, you could do it. But again, market changed very quickly, and we do think that things are going to change very, very shortly again here, because it has been a bit on the low side, and normally September can be a bit of a volatile month, so definitely be careful. But I hope I've given you a bit of an insight and also now access to Trade Explorer, because a lot of traders has asked me to open up for this, so at least they can try it before they're gonna buy their own. Maybe it's entirely up to you. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on one of my next videos. Bye bye.